Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be sculpting some mushroom people, and I'm going to make it a step-by-step tutorial. I'm also going to cover some of the materials that I use. I like to use Cosclay, some wire, some sculpting tools, some acrylic paint, some glue, tin foil. Optional would be the UV resin, and I have some blended turf that I use to decorate. You can also use a pasta maker, which might be a little bit easier, but if you don't have one, this works. I just break it up into little pieces, and it makes it easier to condition it. I'm going to be using some cardboard as a base. You can also get those wooden blocks. You can get them at any craft store, but this works for me, and I'm going to be covering it with some clay, so that'll give it some stability. So I forgot to hit the record button, but all you missed was I put the clay on the foil, and I put just enough on here to cover the foil because I'm going to make a skinny mushroom, and I'm also going to make a fat one. The reason I make it so long is so that I can bend it and it won't just be a straight mushroom. So I'm going to be putting the clay on the underside, and then I'm also going to put it on top. I'm going to go ahead and finish this mushroom, all except the face, and then I'm going to go ahead and bake it, and once the mushroom's done baking, then I will put the face on here because I don't want to mess anything up. I'm going to use the back of an X-Acto knife. I'm not using the blade. All that texture is going to look great when I paint it later. And I'm just being really random with it. Okay, now I'm just going to bend them into place. And when I bake them, I'm going to support them with some tin foil. Okay, so I'm going to put them in the oven now to bake. So I made this one a little bit thicker. It's the same process though. Wires through the cardboard, and I just used a little bit more foil. So I just got both of these out of the oven. They've cooled down, and I'm ready to sculpt the face. I'm just going to take a bunch of clay. This is going to be the nose. Alright, that's the start of the nose. I'm going to add a little bit more to the side so we can make some nostrils. These are the upper lids that I'm shaping right now, and then these are going to be his eye bags. I'm just adding some pores here. I'm going to make him a pipe. I'm just going to be using a little bit of wire. Sometimes it's easier if you twist the clay on the wire because it's really hard to get it to grab. I think it would be cute if once he's all done, I have like little tobacco pieces coming out of the pouch. Alright, that one's done. And for the next one, I'm thinking handlebar mustache and a bow tie. If you don't have one of these, this is one of my favorite tools. I don't use a lot of tools, but this is definitely my go-to. I'm gonna go ahead and bake them. I actually decided that he was gonna have a couple of books, maybe one or two. I picked out some colors here. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to be using. So here's my fancy water dish. And I like these makeup brushes. These are some of the brushes that I use, and the majority of them are makeup brushes. They just seem to work really well. So I'm going to start off with a dark base. I'm just going to cover the whole mushroom. If you have an airbrush, that works great because you can get into all these little crevices. If you don't, just adding a little bit of water to it will make it run. So those little glasses, I didn't attach those really well and they came off, and that's okay because I'm going to end up putting a little bit of resin on here anyway. And that'll make it easier for me to paint his eyes. Okay, wiping off that brush, and I'm just going to go a little bit lighter now. And that's kind of my whole process is I keep putting more coats on here and they just keep getting lighter. I'm not trying to cover all of the dark areas. Let's go with green. This is the main color I use to make the stem. I'm going to make the whites of his eyes, and I'm not making them white because you're not going to be able to see highlights if you start off with white. So I either make them slightly gray or a little bit yellow. Just added some water to my brush. I'm going to spread that out a little bit, and it mixes with all those dark areas. I'm not using white, I'm just using lighter shades of blue. White always makes everything look so matte. I glued his glasses back on, and now I'm adding the resin. I'm going to do several coats, and I wanted to cover the eye area as well, so I'm not too concerned about it dripping. I'm basically doing the same thing with the second mushroom, so I'm speeding through it a little bit. I just put a clear matte coat on the mushrooms, and now I'm going to put resin in a couple of areas. And this is my homemade little contraption, so I don't have to hold the UV light. I just want to shine up some of these areas. So with this one, I guess I'm kind of going with a magic theme. It kind of looks like a wizard with a bow tie. Got a little scroll here. So I added the tobacco to this mushroom and some playing cards and of course a bottle of wine. It kind of all fits together. This was a little bit of a longer tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you want more of these or if you like the shorter ones better. See you guys next time.